Thank you for turning in, and welcome to the third and final Virginia Governor's Debate. Tonight we have with us Republican Attorney General Bob McDonnell and the Democratic-elect Creigh Deeds. Both Virginia natives, both white. Let's move ahead with the question portion. We have Giuseppe Polini from Fairfax. Go ahead, sir.
Of all the various issues that need consideration in the upcoming election, healthcare is perhaps the most differing matter of each of your campaigns. Describe your healthcare agenda to the citizens of the Commonwealth, addressing both the problems at hand and your solutions for each.
Well, it's no mystery that healthcare is an important issue in everybody's lives all across the country, especially in the lives of Virginians right now. And I don't believe in a nationalized standard for healthcare because I believe that will lower the quality of your healthcare as well as the choices that you have in selecting it. My plan is to expand the affordable healthcare across Virginia and give families a better option in choosing their healthcare and the way that they want to purchase it. I want to expand incentives to families for long-term care, such as children with pre-existing conditions and diseases, and so that way they'll be able to afford the health care as well as get a reliable plan.
Mr. Deeds, your response? Mr. Deeds?
Oh. Yeah. Healthcare? Healthcare? Moderator, health.
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Healthcare. The question was about healthcare.
That was an interesting talk you had about healthcare. But healthcare is a major topic in today's society, especially when it comes to the swine flu. It's affecting schools all over the state of Virginia. The railroad system in Virginia is filled with diseases. So I propose that we have a high-speed. I'm talking like 200 miles an hour. Picture that. Like, boom, just like that. So I'm thinking we put that in, and then that's less diseases in our society and our community, saving lives, one train at a time.
Mr. Walter Blaze from Chesterfield. Good evening, sir.
Although the Dow Jones recently exceeded 10,000 points, I think we all know the economy is still struggling. What plans or strategies do you have in mind that will turn the economy around and give the people of Virginia some sort of hope for a brighter, more stable future?
This is a difficult time for everybody. Virginians are in trouble, they're struggling, and I understand that. I have a plan to make Virginia the energy capital of the entire East Coast, and in that, I will also create many new jobs for the struggling Virginians and the people who are poor and about to be kicked out of their homes because they can't pay their mortgage. I plan to increase energy spending, which will in turn create more jobs. I plan to fund more energy facilities across the entire state, and all these plans are the opportunity to create more jobs across the entire state for the struggling Virginians who have just lost their jobs and are struggling to get by.
The economy in Virginia is such a touchy subject. Look, take this train. This train right here, D261, that's irrelevant. This train will be the key to Virginia's economy. How? This is what people ask me. But I'm serious, this train, you think I'm joking, but this is not a joke. This train will create, my new 200-mile-an-hour high-speed railroad will create numerous jobs for people who want to have 200 miles an hour is what I'm talking about. And the job that, this is just unlimited job resources. Jobs. Jobs, Bob. Jobs.
Next up, we have Mrs. Judith Sayers from Mechanicsville. Good evening, madam.
Gang violence has grown increasingly malicious during the past few years. Our children are being targeted, and women, even of my stature, have to be constantly aware of their surroundings. What, as governor, would you do to lessen the startling statistics?
Obviously, public safety is a very important thing in my household. As the governor of Virginia, I plan to extend the public safety to all corners of Virginia by appointing an anti-gang coordinator to my committee to help clean up the streets of our worst neighborhoods in Virginia. I plan to increase awareness in schools about the gang neighborhoods and the dangers in which these can bring the children. I plan to expand the gang-free school zones to gang-free zones, period. By expanding the gang participation statutes in our government's legislature, I hope that it will be more strict on these gang-related felonies and the crimes that they commit while in a gang. By expanding the gang participation
I'm sorry,
statutes
Mr. McDonald,
to be more
that is quite sufficient. We are actually running out of time, but we have to go to Creigh Deeds now. Mr. Deeds. Mr. Deeds, your response? Mr. Deeds?
Oh, yes. Gang. I say for gangs, we just take them and put them on my high-speed train and just put them right up to Washington.
Sir,
What?
Wouldn't that create gang violence in Washington?
I mean, whether it creates gang violence in Washington or not is a horse of a different color. That's like a brown horse and a blue horse. But I'm serious, that's different colors. But I don't care if they're in Washington because I live in Virginia.
Virginia, yes,
so,
sir.
Virginia's not in Washington, now, is it? So I just say that's what I think about that.
That concludes the Virginia governor's debate. Thanks for tuning in with us. Make sure you get to the polls early in order to get your candidate on the ballot. Stay tuned for Rob Schneider discovers he's a carrot. He finds out that life as a carrot isn't everything that it's cracked up to be.
Oh, 9.